back, we're going to now look at, again, another way of representing data. This time we're calling it our stem and leaf plot. So, stem and leaf. So each piece of numerical data is split into two parts. We call one part the stem and one the leaf. And if you think of a tree, the stem is essentially, the trunks, the little stems, the little arms of the tree, and your leaves are the greeny bits. So that's how we can remember it, and it comes more clear when we do back-to-back stem and leaf plots. So here we have a number called 15, and now we're going to identify what is the stem and what is the leaf. So let's split it in half. And we can see here that we have one half here and one here. So this one is called our stem and this one is our leaf. So we can say our stem equals 1 and our leaf equals 5. Okay, here's another one. Now this one's a bit tricky. We're splitting it into two parts, but we only have one number. So who can think? What number goes before or after 8 to make it equal 8? If I put a 0 after 8, it's going to make it 80. But if I put a 0 before, it makes it 0, 8, which is still 8. So our stem is before and our leaf is after. So our stem is 0 and our leaf is 8. Now, this one's a bit more tricky. A stem and leaf. So how are we going to do this? So the first thing to remember is the leaf is always the single last number. So if we put a line there, this is our leaf, it's on its own. So we have our stem, which is 1, 8, and our leaf. So the leaf is always the last single digit in the data. So stem is 18 and leaf is 3. So I want you to pause it now and then come back. And I want you to find the stem and leaf of each of the following questions. Okay, so the first one, the stem is 1 and the leaf is 6. The stem is 5 and the leaf is 3. Third one is the stem is 17 and the leaf is 8. Number 4, the stem is 2 and the leaf is 9. Number 5, the stem is 0 and the leaf is 5. And number 6, the stem is 7 and the leaf is 6. So it's just important that we know how to identify it, and we just need to remember it's the last digit is the leaf and the rest is all the stem. So how do we turn this into a graph? Let's have a look. So arrange this set of data into a stem and leaf plot. So the first thing we need is our lowest value and our highest value. So our lowest is 4 and our highest is 56. But we need the stems of those numbers. So we know here the stem for 4 is 0 and the stem for 56 is 5. Okay? So let's draw this table here and we call this our stem and this our leaf. So our stem, we start at 0 for 4. And now we need to include all of the stems. So we need to include everything between 0 and 5. Even though here there's no 40s, we still include a 4. And then we include a 5. So now what we do, is we place this on our stem looking at just our leaves. Okay, so 4, we have a leaf of 4. I don't know why it's doing that. And then 8 has a leaf of 8. Then we go to the next one. First thing to remember, no commas. You can't see a comma here. This means 4 and 8. Okay? Now this one, 1 and 0. So if I was to write that as a number, it would represent 1, 0. And what does that come up as? It should come up as 10. Then we have 12. Then we have another 12. So every time you see a number, you write its leaf, whether you have 5 of the same numbers. You have a 3, so 13. We have a 15 here. We have another 15, a 17, and 18. Okay, so now the leaf, one thing to remember is the leaves go in numerical order. So these are all from 0 to 9 they go. So number 20s, we're looking at the 20s now. So pause it, come back, and I want you to do the 20s. Remember that it goes in numerical order. So if you need to, write out all the 20s first in numerical order and then put your stem in. Okay, so it should look something like this. 22, 23, 25, 27, 28, 28, 28. 30, 33, 34, 35, and 39. There's no 40s, so we go straight to 52 and 56. Okay, so now we're going to use this data to find our most common number. So we look at our leaves, and we're looking not just for the most common number here, but the total number. So we have 4 and 8, 10 and 12 and 12. But if we look down here, we've got 28, 28, 28. So we have 3 28s. So we're looking at the leaf and seeing which one of the leaves has the highest single number. So this one has 3 8s. So the most common number is 28. It's not 8, okay? If you're asked for the most common number is not 8. The most common number is 28. So don't forget that. So write a key for the stem and leaf plots. So the key is how it makes us understand this, okay? So I've put here, this is our line in the middle, this is our stem and our leaf. So we have a stem of 1 and a leaf of 3. So that means we have the number 13. And that's how we write a key, okay? So answer the following questions about this stem. What does the key mean? Okay, so have a look and pause it and write down, what does the key mean? So write in words. What does it mean? What does it represent? So the key shows a stem of 1 and a leaf of 9. So we can know that the number here is 19. What is the largest number on the plot? So the largest number is 26. And this is why it's important to have our values in numerical order. Otherwise, we might make a mistake. It makes it easy to identify. We go to the very last stem and the very last leaf. What's the smallest number in the plot? So here we have the number 2. See, number 2, it's our smallest. How many numbers are there? Okay, so count them up. Pause it, count it up. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's 9 numbers. We don't include this because remember the numbers are 2, 5, 8, 10, 17, 17, 19, 23, 26. What is the most common number? So pause it and write it down. So you should have had the number 17. So well done if you got that. Now, last example, I want you to write down 3 things that are wrong or missing from the following dot plot. So 3 things, then you're going to compare them. I'll give you 3, but you're going to talk about it with a friend as well. So pause it, write down 3 things. If you can't find someone who's up to the same point as you, then that's fine, just keep going. Okay, so your 3 things would be no keys included. There is a missing stem between 0 and 2, so there's no 1 here. And the leaves are not in numerical order. So 2, 5, 3, 1, 0, 8, 9, 2, and 5 and 2. They should be in order. So there's our mistake. So remember those things when you're making a stem and leaf plot. So pause it now and you can do chapter 10F, I believe.